Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
July 15, 2020, the Modern Slavery Edition. And we'll start with that. Our lead story, Reuters reports that the UK has 100,000 modern slaves, but most go undetected. It is a study from the anti-slavery charity Justice and Care and the think tank Center for Social Justice said the number could be even higher and warned that the coronavirus pandemic was likely to push more people forced into labor at car washes and brothels. The study comes in the wake of a media and campaign reports that the online fashion firm Boohoo's suppliers underpaid garment workers in Leicester and central England and failed to protect them from COVID-19. Boohoo said it was investigating. The Justice and Care report said that political leadership to tackle modern slavery had waned in recent years, and that the landmark 2015 anti-slavery law may have created a false sense of security. So pretty damning article and really difficult to swallow for a country like Britain. From the World Economic Forum, we have a very interesting article that while blockchain alone can't prevent crime, it can help companies, or rather governments, tackle corruption. And it lists 5 areas: public procurement, land title registries, electronic voting, beneficial corporate ownership registries, and grant disbursements. Blockchain offers a range of valuable qualities, particularly related to tamper-proof evidence and permanent database and record keeping that can help governments tackle corruption. However, the technology must be paired with thoughtful legal frameworks and structures, as blockchain alone cannot prevent crimes. It does provide a unique role in preventing corruption, as it does. Technology offers a single combination of a permanent tamper-proof record keeping and real-time transaction transparency, and most important, auditability, and an automated smart contract function. So, interesting report from the World Economic Forum. Next up, we have the from the Washington Post. As coronavirus raged meatpackers, minorities who worked for the meatpackers bore the brunt. Now, worker advocacy groups have filed a civil rights complaint against meat giants Tyson Food and JBS with the Department of Agriculture, alleging the company's failure to prevent coronavirus outbreaks among these populations amounted to racial discrimination. The company alleges complaint alleges the companies failed to follow the CDC and preventative guidance at their processing facilities, including social distancing on meat processing lines, the use of personal protective equipment, and all of this had a discriminatory impact on Black, Latino, and Asian workers. Remember, discrimination can be in discriminatory impact as well. So even if the plan was neutral, race neutral on its face, yet it was minorities that bore the brunt of the result, that can be a discrimination claim. And finally, in a pretty stunning decision, the U.S. District Court in New York rejected a $44 million settlement of sexual misconduct claims against Harvey Weinstein. Judge Alvin Hellerstein quashed the proposal, telling attorneys to stop wasting your time with a phony settlement and attempts to create a class where it doesn't exist. There were 2 problems with the settlement. It created a class of women who had been sexually harassed, and the judge did not believe that the women should be handled as a class. And most importantly, it found the monetary portion of the settlement wholly insufficient going forward. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Daily Compliance News, which is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. This month on the Compliance Live, I feature Scott Sullivan. Check it out.